One thing that often happens with exotic plants is that they reach much higher densities in the area they've invaded than in the area they came from, or what we call their native range. And that's certainly the case with tropical soda apple here in Florida. It came into Florida in the late 1980s and spread rapidly in the 1990s and reached very high densities where whole pastures were covered with this plant. And that is something that's really never seen in the native range, which is Brazil, southern Brazil, northern Argentina, and Paraguay. So what we do for biological control is we go back to where the plant came from, in this case South America, and we look for natural enemies that feed on it there. And we select natural enemies which we believe are highly specific and only feed on the plant that we want them to feed on. We bring those insects into Florida, we test them, and then eventually we can release them in the field. With tropical soda apple in 1994, a group of scientists from the University of Florida and USDA found a beetle called Gratiana boliviana in South America, and they collected it in Argentina and Paraguay and brought it into Florida, tested it against about 118 different plants, and before they were able to convince people that it would only feed on tropical soda apple, and then began releasing this beetle in the state in 2003. Gratiana goes through 4 stages: eggs, larvae, pupae, and adults. And the whole life cycle from egg to egg-laying adult takes about 30 days. So during a year you can have maybe 7 or 8 generations of Gratiana in this part of Florida. The larvae are kind of interesting because they camouflage themselves by carrying the shed skin from their previous life stage over their back, which is mixed also with feces. The damage caused by Gratiana is what we call a shotgun hole appearance to the leaves. So you can see all these small holes where these larvae have been feeding. There are other insects, native insects, that have moved over and are feeding on tropical soda apple as well. One is the Colorado potato beetle, which is a larger insect and much more of a sporadic feeder. The damage due to the Colorado potato beetle is very distinct from what you see caused by Gratiana. Colorado potato beetle tends to eat the leaf from the outside, so you don't see all these little holes. And when it does eat the leaves from the inside, the holes are much larger, so it's very different. There's also tomato hornworm, which occasionally feeds on tropical soda apple. And tomato hornworm will completely decimate plants and completely eat all the foliage so that nothing is left but a skeleton. And they will get very large and completely defoliate a plant. But their feeding, again, will not cause this kind of shotgun hole appearance up to leaves.